show you how to play. Big less spin right there.
YouTube, welcome back to another story time. Today's story time is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a great story time, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Today's story time is gonna be M rated, M for mature. So if you're not at that rating, I'm gonna need you to skedaddle for me. I see you still sitting there. Get it. Today's story time is gonna be about the time I got burnt. Now, you might be thinking, Rev, how'd you get burnt? How'd you get burnt? Like, you got a burnt scar? Like, you got a scar, you this, that, and the third? No, I'm not talking about that kind of burn. Just listen to the story and you'll understand. Before I start the story, I want to say something to clear my name. This story is from a while ago, like a long time ago. So it has nothing to do with right now. So I'm completely fine. I'm clean. Nothing. I'm cool. But this story takes place when I was in school. I was in college. I was in my dorm, right? I'm chilling in my dorm. I got a text from a few of my friends. So my friend group at that time, it was me and like 3 other guys, right? It was me and 3 other guys. That friend group, we were cool with these girls at this one point, right? We were cool with these girls, right? We wouldn't like hang out like all together all the time. But it was more like the group of friends that I was with. Whenever we saw like the group of girls chilling, we would always go to them. We'd always talk to them, chill with them, and then we would hang out. I got a call from one of my friends at the time, right? Oh yeah, we're all hanging out, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm in my dorm. I don't got nothing else to do. So I'm like, okay, I'll pull up. So I put my shoes on, put my pants on, put some cologne on, this, that, and the third. I'm chilling, right? The building I was in, like everybody's in that building. So pretty much they're just in the lobby of the dorm building I was in. So I go down to the lobby and they're sitting on they're sitting at these tables, right? I go down there and we're all chilling, right? We're all chilling, just vibing. And the girl that I'm gonna be talking about in this story, we're gonna call her G. We're gonna call her G, right? For the sake of the story, because I think I already used Q in my last story, which you should go watch right now. So me and G were cool. I didn't look at G anyway. I didn't think about G anyway. I didn't do this, that, and the third with G in any sort of way at all. I'll admit, yes, G did look good. G was quite literally a model. Like, I mean that in the most literal way possible. She was a model. So G did look good, but like, we're cordial, we're cool, right? Cause we're just chilling. We're just calm, cool, and collected. I don't really, at this point, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just trying to honestly get my schoolwork done and edit and upload videos, because I was making videos at this point. So we're chilling. It was me and 3 of my friends at the time, like sitting at the table. And then it was G and I think 3 other girls, right? So it was like a 4-man, but it was a 4-man, but not a 4-man. You know what I mean? We're just chilling. We're all talking, making jokes, chopping it up, yada, 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 blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, if we're gonna stay here for a little bit, I'm gonna go back up to my dorm and I'm gonna go get my laptop. And G's like, all right, I'm gonna go back up to my dorm too, because, you know, this, that, and the third. So at this point, I didn't even know. Me and G are going the exact same way. I didn't know this, but her dorm, my dorm was like right here. You go out the door, you walk down the hallway, you turn, and then the elevators are right here. But if you keep going, there's like a whole nother side. Her dorm was like right here. So I'm like, oh, okay, her dorm is that way. All right, good to know, I guess. Keep that in mind for later. We go into the elevator, we're talking, we're just chilling, right? Mind you, like I said before, I'm not thinking of this girl in any possible way. I'm not looking her up and down. I'm not trying to shoot my shot. I'm not trying to do nothing. We really just talk about like anything, right? So we're talking, we get up to the elevator. She comes with me to my dorm first, right? She comes with me to my dorm first to get my laptop. And I grab my laptop. She says my dorm, there's like nothing on the wall. Yeah, obviously I'd never decorated my dorm. I had never been to her dorm before, right? So I guess I'm like, okay, you came to my dorm, so I'm gonna go to your dorm too. So I go to her dorm and I see like it's decorated, it's nice, it's colorful. They got LEDs, her and her roommate. Her roommate was one of the girls that was downstairs like with us. So one of the girls down there, they were roommates. Her and G were roommates, right? She grabs whatever she needs to grab, and then we walk out, and then we go back down. We go back down. I'm doing my work on the laptop, still chopping it up. still talking while doing my work because I'm a multitasking goddess.
What?
We're all downstairs still. Two of my friends leave. So now it's just me and one of my friends at the time, right? At that point, it's just me, G, and then the four girls, right? So the two other girls that aren't G or her roommate, they're like, okay, well, it's getting kind of late, this, that, and the third. So I'm a dip. Like, so they dipped too. They both left. So now it's just me, G, my friend at the time, and her roommate, right? So we're all chilling. We're still sitting down there, right? Mind you, my friend at the time, his dorm was not there. His dorm was his dorm was further down. It was not where I was at. At that time, it's like cold. It was like cold. So my friend at the time, he didn't feel like going back to his dorm. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go back up to my dorm, right? I'm gonna go back up to my dorm because I didn't do a lick of work. I'm not gonna lie while I was down there. I didn't do shit on that laptop, but besides have it open on my YouTube, which you should go subscribe to, by the way, right now. I go up to my dorm and like, I didn't feel like just sitting there. I might as well go on my computer and like play a game or like actually try to finish some schoolwork, right? Which I didn't. So I go back up to my dorm. I'm chilling for a little bit. I look out the window because where my window was, where my dorm was, it was facing the inside of the dorm building, right? So I could still see G, my friend at the time, and her roommate. They're still down there for another like half an hour, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, bet. So I'm still chilling on the game, and I get a call from my friend at the time, and he's like, bro, come to you know where G's dorm is at? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Why? What's up? He was like, yo, just come over. And I'm like, all right, okay, why not? Because fuck am I going to do in my dorm? I'm bored. So I'm wearing my pajamas at this point, and I didn't feel like changing. So I just put my Crocs on. I put socks on, all that, and I go over to G's dorm, right? So it's at that point it is me, G's roommate, and then my friend at the time. I go over to G's dorm. I knock on the door. G answers the door. She's in her PJs. So here's how the beds were. Right? The beds were here. Like it's a dorm. It's a dorm. So you know the bed, right? But it wasn't like a traditional. It wasn't a traditional dorm. So like the beds were like a little bit further apart. So they're more like here. They're more like kind of here because the room wasn't like a square. It was more of like a rectangle with like a bathroom in the room. I go in, I walk in, I see her roommate on the bed, and then I see my friend at the time laying next to the roommate. So I'm like, what? I'm like, whoa, what we doing? What's happening? And then my friend, he's talking about, oh yeah, we just having a sleepover. You trying to have a sleepover? I'm like, all right, cause like it's just like why not? Honestly, it's like I'm doing it for the plot. Like it's sleepover, is this, that, and the third. We're in college. Fuck, I'm a sleepover. I don't got nothing better to do. My homeboy at the time, he already took the other bed with G's roommate. There was something I didn't know at the time, but I knew after the fact, which like it's kind of, you feel me? But I'm gonna tell y'all later. I get in the bed with G, right? Cause we didn't sleep on the floor. I would have been fine sleeping on the floor, honestly. Even though that shit was hard as a fucking rock, I would have been fine sleeping on the floor. So I was in the bed with G. Warning, here's where the story goes from E for everyone to T for teenager. I get in the bed with G, and I look over, I see my homeboy. He's over with the roommate, and I'm laying with G. But like I said before, I'm not thinking of nothing. I'm not trying to do anything at all with G. Cause I'm just me. I'm chilling. I'm doing this, that, and the third, right? I got better things to think about. I'm not trying to do all that. And at that time, like I was in a tight tip, like I don't even want to do all that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to focus on me, this, that, and the third. We're laying in the bed, right? We're all still talking. We're all in the bed, but we're still like talking cause why not? We're not just gonna immediately go to sleep. We're all still gonna talk. We got somewhat a little bit of energy, so we're all still talking, right? So after like I think it was probably like 20 or 25 minutes of talking, G's roommate, she just knocks out. Like bro, it was the funniest shit ever because we're all still talking. We're all still talking. G's roommate goes quiet for like literally 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And then all you hear is like she was out cold. Like she was really in that joint snoring, bro. I'm being dead ass. So it was like the funniest shit in the world to me. Me and G, we were laughing at it. My homeboy at the time, we were laughing at it because he was right next to her. So obviously he's gonna hear that like this close to him. We're still talking for a little bit. And then my homeboy at the time, he goes to sleep. So I'm like, all right, I guess it's time to go to sleep then, cause everybody asleep. So, and there's nothing for me and you to talk about, like for another 15 years. Here's where the story goes from T to M. The story will go to M very quickly. I'm just laying there. I'm laying like this. I'm laying facing the ceiling, right? Cause I'm not trying to, you feel me? I'm not trying to cuddle up. Cause what am I? No, I'm not trying to cuddle up. I'm trying to vibe, you feel me? I'm just trying to lay there. It's a sleepover, so we gotta sleep. You feel me? I'm chilling like these, right? Just laying, chilling, doing my own thing, right? At this point, G is like facing me. She's sleeping on her side, but she's facing me, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool, that's cool. One thing about me is if I'm sleeping in a bed with like anybody at all, it's very, very hard for me to sleep because like I don't know. I actually don't even know. I don't know if it's like just my mind racing or like if I'm uncomfortable or like if I just can't or if it's too hot, this, that, and the third. I dead ass cannot sleep at all. And even if the bed is like my size, my bed is like a queen. Even if the bed is like that big, I still can't sleep. So I was just laying there with my eyes just wide open. I was like trying to sleep, but not because like I'm just whatever. If I can't sleep, I can't sleep. I'm gonna just stay up. So I'm just chilling there like this, my eyes open, kind of like half open, kind of closed. I feel this. G is laying like this. I feel she turned like she was facing me and then she rolled over. So now she's facing towards her roommate and my homeboy at the time. She's just trying to get comfy, I guess, right? Which makes sense because it's a twin XL. That I forgot to mention. It's a twin XL bed in that dorm. I'm not a small guy. I'm 6 foot. And at that point, I was probably like 190. I'm not a small guy at all by any means. So she flips, right? I'm like, okay, bro. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. Maybe she backed into my leg just a little bit. I don't even know. Something took over my mind for like a split second. Something took over my mind for a split second. And you know what that thought said? Be the big spoon, cuz. Bro, that thought was talk about some be the big spoon. Mind you, like I said before, I never thought of this girl in any type of way. Weird. That was like we're cool. We talked about serious shit. We joked around with each other. We never even talked about like anything like that. So we're just cool. Where did that thought even come from? That's gotta be like, that can't be right. But like I told you before, she was a model and she was bad, like she was fine. So I'm like, you know what? For the plot. So right, I start slowly turning like this. But my arm obviously wasn't under her. It wasn't under her because like we not cuddled up. I was kind of like this at that point. She feels me turning. She like starts adjusting herself to start like be on me, right? So I'm like, okay, this might work. So you know what I do? I start moving this arm a little bit, just like a tiny bit, like just so she gets the hint that like I'm trying to put my arm under her head so I could be like the pillow, you feel me? So she could have her head like I think right here or here, I forget. Fellas, y'all know the signal I'm talking about. So I start moving my arm a little bit. She lift her head up like this. So I'm like, ah! You feel me? So I put my arm under and then she lay back down. We're chilling. And then I'm chilling her. I'm really in my head. I'm like, dang, that shit was low-key light work. This arm chilling right by my side, right? So I'm like, you know what? I already made it this far. I made it this far. So I already shot it from like, I shot it from mid-range, and then I shot it from 3. Let's go full court. What even is a half court? Let's go full court. go all the way back to the other line. What I do is I take this arm and I put it on her stomach, right? I put it right here. So like we're like all cuddled up. Tell me why I do that. This girl moves back on me.
Green Giant.
Bro, I put my hand there. Bro, she got comfy. She got comfortable cause she did that. Like next 5 minutes I hear, I'm like, oh, okay, shit. I mean, you feel me? I'm like, I guess I'm a comfy ass nigga. Fuck. You feel me? She gets comfy and then she knocks out. And me, like I said before, it's hard for me to sleep when there's another person, especially if I'm cuddled up with someone. That it makes it like infinitely harder. Another side story about me, like I get very like warm. I'm very happy it was cold. If it wasn't cold at all, I probably would have started sweating. And you already know sweating while you're there, like that's the worst play you could possibly make. Side story. This one time I was at a party, right? Like very, very recently. I was at a party in Philly. So I went to that party. Obviously, it's a party, hella heads. Everybody is going to be sweating. It's going to be hot. There was smoke, this, that, and the third. It was like 50 degrees outside because it was recent. It was like 50 degrees outside or 40. I go inside that party. Within 5 minutes, I'm dead ass already sweating. And then 10 minutes, my whole shirt is soaked. I was wearing a shirt and I was wearing a tank top. I had to have my shirt like around my neck. But back to the story. At whatever point, I don't even know what time it was because whatever. I don't even know what time it was, but eventually I end up falling asleep too. I think it was around like 8:30 or so, 8:30 or something. Her roommate's alarm goes off. This whole story takes place over the course of 3 days, right? So that whole thing before, that's day one. I wake up to the roommate's alarm, but I'm literally the only one that woke up to it because I'm not really like I'm not a light sleeper, but I'm not the heaviest sleeper in the world. You feel me? Like, yeah, I'll wake up to an alarm sometimes, and then sometimes I won't. You feel me? It depends. It really depends on the day. I feel like I'm a normal sleeper. If I'm too tired, that alarm isn't doing shit for me. But at that point, I wasn't tired. I wasn't too tired, so I woke up to the alarm, and I didn't have any classes that day. I didn't have any classes that day because I think it was a Thursday going on to a Friday, and on the Fridays I didn't have any class. I woke up to G's roommate's alarm. G's roommate, she's still not, bro. That alarm was going off for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, like, bro. And the thing is, it wasn't even quiet. It was loud, bro. It was loud as fuck right next to her head. So I don't even know how the roommate didn't wake up to the alarm. But I don't know. It was funny though. It was really funny. My homeboy, he wakes up, like me and him see each other, we're laughing about it because G's roommate's not waking up to the alarm. He has class, so he like dips, right? He dips. So it's just G's roommate, G, and me. I'm trying to just ignore the alarm and go back to sleep. But then I feel movement, so I'm like, I guess G's awake. G wakes up, right? G wakes up. She looks back, she looks at me, starts smiling, whatever, right? And then we look over because we hear the alarm. We look over, see G's roommate. She's still knocked out and the alarm is still going off loud as shit. We start laughing about it, right? The story from here on out is rated M. So she's facing that way. I'm facing that way. But then she decides to flip over. So now she's facing me. Now we're like this close. Now we're like right here. And it's the morning. So I'm not trying to talk. We didn't brush our teeth at that point because like we just woke up. We're just gonna be sitting here like this. This girl leans in and starts kissing me. I want you to tune in to what I just said. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, first of all. Second of all, whoa, that's crazy. Cause like I said a bajillion times before, I didn't think of G in that way. I didn't think of her in that way. I didn't think she thought of me in that way. I didn't think she thought of me in that way at all, actually. I thought she was really just chilling, getting her bag, you feel me? When that happened, I'm like, well, shit. That little thought in my head, I was like, Oh yeah. So we're basically just sitting there making out for like half an hour or some shit. After that whole time, the alarm turns off, and we both just start laughing because one, that, and two, because the alarm went off the whole time and G's roommate did not wake up. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go back to my dorm because I gotta brush my teeth, shower, change my clothes, this, that, and the third. And then G, she had to go to class, do this, that, and the third, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I guess we'll reconvene later. So we just go our separate ways, right? We go our separate ways for the day, right? I'm doing a little bit of schoolwork and then I'm editing. Later hits. She's done with class. I'm done editing. I'm done with the schoolwork. I'm fed. I'm not hungry. And she's doing whatever, right? So I'm chilling in my dorm. I'm chilling in my dorm, just vibing, doing my thing, right? And I get a text from G's roommate. I look at my phone. I'm like, this is weird. Cause I don't even think at that point she even like really texted me like that at all. She never texted me like that. So I get a text. I open it. It says, yo, come over. Me and G are in here chilling. Just slide, right? I'm like, okay, bet. Say no more. Like, I'm still to this day low key like confused because I had no idea G had any like feelings towards me in any way, shape, or form, right? But I guess her roommate knew. At that point, it was kind of like late. It was like 9 or 10. So I had different PJs on because I'm not dirty. And I walk over, right? And G's roommate opens the door. We're all chilling. There's like a desk right here. So I'm sitting in the chair on the desk because we're all just talking. It's like a triangle, right? We're all just talking. G's roommate throws me the cleanest alley-oop of all time. She throws me the cleanest lob of all time. And she's like, why are you sitting in the chair? Go stand over there. Stand right by G's bed. So I stand up, push a chair in, and then I walk over, and now I'm leaning on G's bed like this. We're still talking this, that, and the third. And I guess she want to have another sleepover. It's Friday, it's about to be Saturday, so just sleep over. So I'm like, all right, sure, why not? And obviously, I'm not that dumb, and I have half a brain. So I go onto G's bed, and then G comes onto the bed soon after, right? We're watching TV, we're just chilling. G's roommate falls asleep again. I don't know if this girl like took melatonin or something like 10 minutes before I got there. She knocked out like this, like very, very quickly. We're still watching TV, but it's getting late, so she turns the TV off, does her little night routine, and then gets back, right? We're chilling, right? We're chilling. But instead of her like immediately being faced towards me and then flipped over, she's like immediately just flipped over. Like she's immediately like this, immediately facing that way. And then she takes my arm, puts it like this, and then lays on it. I'm like, you feel me? I turn because I'm getting a little bit tired. I put my hand where I had it the day before. She immediately backs up. You feel me? Right? And we're just chilling. We're vibing. We're calm, cool, and collected. She starts moving. And I don't mean like just like trying to like adjust her neck or like her legs or I'm talking about she moving her hips. It's like that. You feel me? Cause like I said, I'm not dumb. I catch a hint. So what I do, I start just moving my hand around. I start rubbing on her stomach. I start moving my hand around. You feel me? I'm not touching no weird spots. Remember that. I'm not touching no spots. Cause I ain't like that. I'm not immediately thinking doing it, but I'm still just, you feel me, just rubbing. Like the Pledge of Allegiance. She took my hand, slid it up right under her shirt. Grabbing the joint. You feel me? This all happening like slowly though. So she taking my hand, I'm rubbing up and down. She took my hand, slid it under her shirt, grabbed the joint. Now, what would you do in this situation? Let's take a few seconds to decide. Take a look at these three options right here. Would you A, not do anything? Would you B, crush? Or would you C, wait and see what happens? I'll give you 5 seconds to decide. You didn't decide yet? I'll decide for you. I waited and saw what would happen. I'm that guy. You feel me? I didn't immediately go for it. Cause you know, even though that's a clear, obvious hint, my type of build, I love to go for the plot. I know what's happening and I know what's gonna happen, but I love going for the plot. I love the plot. The plot is the best thing in the world, and I love going for the plot, right? I'll start hearing a heavy breathing bit. So I'm like, oh, all right. But I'm not gonna immediately go for that, right? Cause you feel me? I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. She turned back towards me. We start, what's it called? You feel me? For like another 30. Like at this point, I'm just tired. Like I'm not even trying to do nothing. I'm dead just tired. So I'm just doing that. And then she knocks out. And of course she knocks out. Fuck you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna knock out too. It took me a little bit, but I did knock out. Next day, it's like the same type of thing, except we didn't make out. She actually woke up first. I think she had a meeting with a professor or something. So she goes to that meeting. I dip. I do my thing. It's Saturday, so nobody's even in the building. Nobody's even like in dorms or anything. The building's like hella empty. So I'm just chilling. I'm doing my own thing, right? Later that night, same deal. Roommate texts me this, that, and the third. I go back to the dorm. We talk. I lay in the bed. Her roommate knocks out. And this right here, this is where the story gets spicy. Like on some curry chicken shit. This is where the story gets spicy. We're just chilling, you feel me? Big spoon, little spoon. But like, you feel me? She's immediately just bagging up on me, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, bet. So instead of like being on the outside and like then letting her, you know, like I immediately just go under the shirt and just start. But I don't go straight here. I don't go straight here with it. I'm still on the stomach. I'm still on the stomach bib, right? I'm still on the stomach bib. She starts sliding my hand up. I'm like, all right, bet I'm doing that. She get to the heavy breathing, John. So I'm like, shot from 3, bucket. You even shot from full court. Bucket. We gotta shoot from the moon. We gotta take a rocket ship, go to the moon, and shoot into the basket. So what I do is I'm doing that thing. I'm doing that. I start, you feel me? I start sliding my hand. Right? I feel purring, right? So I'm like, I'm just like a little bit, not like fast though. I'm like,
is this nigga serious?
I'm really a producer, you feel me? I should really get into this, right? No. So I'm doing that. She get to trying to cover, you feel me? I don't know how I made the bucket from the moon, but I guess I'm just like that, right? No. So I made the bucket. She tell me, hold on. She get up. She tell me to get up. She started walking to the bathroom. She said, come with me. She started walking to the bathroom. I said, oh. We walked to that bathroom because the bathroom is connected to the dorm. It's this dorm right here, and then another dorm right here, and then a bathroom connected right here where my fingertips meet. But nobody was in this dorm at all. So it was pretty much just this dorm and this bathroom. So we go into this bathroom, lock both doors just in case, you feel me? We lock both doors and get to crushing. You feel me? I'm like, all right then. I'm like, all right. You feel me? It's cool. It's cool, calm, and collected. I'm not going to get into specific details on how that went. But all I could say is that I had to help her back to the bed. If you know, you know. That happens. We go back to the bed and we're chilling, right? We're chilling. But I don't know what was going on in her mind. I guess she wanted more. I don't know. Cause mind you, her roommate's right there. She got to climbing over. I'm like, oh, all right. She on a Sky Zone type bip. So I'm like, okay. We get tired. She gets off. She knocks out immediately. I also knock out like a few minutes later. I wake up. I'm thankful I woke up first. Cause tell me why I wake up. My shits are still down. My pants are still down. They not even up. My pants were still down. I had to try to maneuver, but not maneuver at the same time. I like try to like, you feel me? Like pull them up without waking anybody up. So that happens. We're chilling. I go back to my dorm, I'm chilling. We didn't really like talk much or like see each other that much since. Like the whole friend group that I was with, we like I left because they kind of started being weird to me, specifically that one bull. I don't know why he was being weird, so I guess like I just kind of left. I still talk to the other guys like when I see him. Like we don't text like that, but like I'm still cool with them. You feel me? If I see him, I see him. I dap him up. I'm like, yo, how you been? This, that, and the third. We talk for a little bit. Then we go our separate ways. I didn't know this at the time, but one nigga in the group, he actually liked G. He liked G. Like he had a thing for G. So, and I didn't know this at all. So it's like after the fact, I'm like, oh, you feel like I didn't know. It's weird to me because I'm thinking back on it. I'm thinking back on it. The first night, if you like G, why didn't you get in the bed with G? Why didn't you get in the bed with G? Why did you get in the bed with G's roommate? Why not get in the bed with G and I'll get in the bed with G's roommate? Because I wasn't feeling G. You feel me? I wasn't feeling her like that. I was just chilling, nor am I feeling G's roommate like that because we're like, that's bro. You feel me? You might be wondering,
Bruh, this is a story about burning, and you've been yapping for like you've been yapping for this whole time, and not a really been a basic.
shut up and let me finish. As you can see, the story's not over. A week or two goes by, right? And I'm just chilling. I'm chilling, right? And okay, I drank a lot of water. I gotta piss. Calm. That's cool. Everybody gotta piss. Everybody has to piss at some point, right? We're human. We have to go urinate. We have to go empty our bladder into the white porcelain everybody calls a toilet, right? I get up from my desk. I go pee. I'm like this. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. When I went to pee, that shit did not feel normal because that shit burnt. That shit burned. Now, in my head, I'm thinking, that was a weird feeling, but I don't think it's what I think it is. I don't think it's what I think it is, because at that point, I ain't never been burned. So I'm like, okay, well, I'ma move on. I'ma just move on with my day. I don't think anything's happening at that point. I go piss later. Same thing. I piss again. Same thing. At this point, I'm just thinking that I need to drink water. I'm thinking I just need to drink more water, and it's not enough water being consumed by me because I don't know. And then I'm like, okay, this shit is not going away. What is going on? So I go down to the clinic area, right? So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. When I feel me, it is not feeling good. When I piss, it burn. They're talking about some like, have you had any relations with anybody in recent times? So I'm like, the only person I did anything with was with G. And I'm like, nah. I don't even want to believe it myself. I go get checked. Bro. Why does this shit come back positive? Why does some shit come back positive, bro? I said no. Like, bro, why? Well, like, no, bro. Why? That shit irked me. That shit really irked me, bro. I never told G that I knew or what happened. I just never talked to G again. We just never talked again. I ain't never seen her. I ain't never spoke to her. I ain't never did nothing. I have to like go to the CVS, this, that, and the third, get the prescription, take that. That shit was fucking terrible. I hated it, every second of it. And yeah, that was really it. I really didn't even know, but that shit really fucking hurt me, bro. There's no way you don't know. There's no way you don't know that you're burning. So if you're burning, why are you trying to pass off the trait to the new generation, bro? You feel me? Like, why are you trying to pass that along? This ain't telephone, bro. This not telephone. We not passing along these words, bro. We not doing that. So like, I don't understand. But that shit happened, and I'm better now, obviously. Yeah, that's the story, and more of the story, don't get burnt. If you got this far in the video, comment G. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Thank y'all for watching. God bless. Have a good night, day, whatever. And happy Thanksgiving.